Here is the history of recombinant DNA technology. Let's talk about the origin of recombinant DNA technology. Recombinant DNA technology has 6 major events. Werner Aber and Hamilton Smith's discovery of the restriction and denucleases in late 1960s, Herbert Boyer's isolation of EcoRI from E. coli in 1969, and Howard Dunham and David Baltimore's discovery of enzyme reverse transcriptase in 1970s. David Jackson, Robert Simpson, and Paul Berg's successful generation of rDNA molecule in 1972. S. Cohen and H. Boyer developed a recombinant plasmid, and Edward Southern developed the DNA fragment isolation method in 1960. Want to know more? Here is something about recombinant DNA history. There have been many discoveries and studies about recombinant DNA technology, but there's still a lot to decipher. There are a lot of techniques and applications using recombinant DNA technology, one of which is DNA cloning. DNA cloning is one of the techniques used in recombinant DNA technology. How is DNA cloned? The DNA in the daughter cells are genetically identical to the progenitor. How DNA cloning is applied to rDNA technology. The word clone as part of the rDNA technology is done to create copies of DNA fragments. How it is practiced is by inserting a DNA fragment into the DNA of a simple living cell. The DNA fragments are inserted into small replicating molecules called DNA vectors or carriers. Common vectors are plasmids, viruses, and yeast cells. DNA cloning still has a lot of things, but this is basically a DNA fragment is inserted into the DNA of a DNA vector to create rDNA. That is the basic explanation of DNA cloning, but here is more about DNA cloning. Think that's all? Well, rDNA technology have boundless possibilities.
Created using Powtoon.